What's up? This video, as you guys saw the title, we'll be talking about the chapter called as shares and dividends. This chapter is a nightmare for a lot of people because of the amount of formula being taught in school. I know that, but we'll have to talk about the formula. But before I start off with the formula, let me tell you a kutty story. Just imagine you are going with a bunch of friends to a theater, and the theater, you go to the ticket counter, but the tickets are, it's a sold out film, okay, house full. So you come and look for a guy who's trying to sell something called as black tickets, okay. You go and talk to him, and on the ticket, 100 rupees is printed on the ticket, fine, but it's a Vijay film. Let's take a selfie, give me So obviously, you are not going to pay 100 rupees, you'll have to pay extra, and that person is trying to tell you, he's going to charge 150 rupees per ticket. So, to repeat that, how much money was printed on the ticket? 100 rupees. That printed amount will be called as the face value, in our language also called as nominal value. But, did you pay 100 rupees? No, you paid 50 rupees extra. That nothing but 150 rupees. Fine. So, that 150, whatever you guys paid for the other guy, that will be called as marked value. So, I hope you guys got the difference between nominal value as well as marked value. Fine. Market value is what you paid. So that day he was trying to sell the ticket for 150 rupees. But let's say you went on a Sunday. He might also charge 200 rupees. Obviously you have no choice. On a Sunday you might pay 200 rupees. Whatever you are paying him will be called as the market value. Whatever was printed on the ticket will either be called as nominal value or face value. Now just imagine, initially as I told you, you guys went with a bunch of friends. Let's imagine 10 friends. So 150 rupees market value into 10 people is how much? 1500. So let's say it was a birthday. You guys took your friend, you took your friends to the theater, unlike pub, okay, not pubs and all, to the theater. So you paid 1500 rupees from your pocket. So that was your investment on your friends. Okay, the word investment. Now all this money went into the other guy's profit. Fine, pocket. Obviously he made some profit. This profit is nothing but his income. Getting it? So income covered, investment covered, all these things covered. I have a small, let me connect few things here. Your investment was 1500 rupees because each ticket was costing how much? 150 rupees. That 150 rupees, according to the story, was called as what value? NV or MV? Obviously MV. So that's your hint. From now onwards, if you come across the word investment, it always depends on market value. Investment depends on market value. Fine. Now, in this chapter, there are two I's. One is investment, one is income. Okay. The income is, okay, let me give you the other hint. Income and investment are usually kind of opposing. Fine. That's your only catch in the story. Getting it? So, since investment was depending on MV, income depends on NV. Simple. Getting it? If you're able to understand so much, the concept is going to be very simple. Now, let's talk about the same story again. You went and you invested 1500 rupees. Okay. And each ticket was how many? How much? 150 rupees. Fine. We'll cancel off. You got 10 tickets. Tickets are nothing but your number of shares. Number of tickets, number of shares. So to picturize the complete story here, 10. The number of tickets, nothing but number of shares. 1500 rupees, what you decided to treat. Okay, that is called as your investment. 150 rupees was the market value because it was a black ticket. 100 rupees was what was printed on it. It is called as a nominal value because, or also called as face value. Now you are giving the money to him. He's making some profit important. Okay. And he is getting that money for himself, called as income. Okay. Investment depends on market value. Income depends on NV. Now let's dive into the set of formulas. Okay. Formulae in fact. So the first formula says number of shares equals investment by market value. You guys know. Need not explain it again. Now, little common sense let's use. If I crisscross, don't you think investment can also be written as number of shares into market value? This is your regular algebra. MV meaning market value. So, 2 of the formulae done. Third one, income is also called as dividend. Now, to explain dividend, I'll have to take an example of a house. Let's say in your area, you are getting a building for 3 crores. Fine. You invested 3 crores and you decide not to stay in that building. In another language, you've given the complete building out for rent. So let's say if you invest 3 crores on a building, assume in a metropolitan city, you are getting around 2 lakhs per month. Fine. That 2 lakhs is what the tenants are giving you guys. On what basis? On every monthly basis. Fine. The 2 lakhs, whatever is coming into your pocket was called as your income. That income is also called as dividend. Okay. And the 3 crores, whatever you use to buy the building, that will be called as what? Your investment. Getting it as to how things work? Fine. But I would still not use the same example to learn market value and nominal value because you already know it. Fine. Income, investment, I wanted to clear that. So income depends obviously on the number of shares. Now I just randomly told 2 lakhs. Just imagine there were only 4 units of houses. Units, 1 BHK, 2 BHK, there were 4 units. So let's imagine every unit of house was giving you 50,000 rupees. So if I ask you what is your total income, 50,000 rupees into 4, therefore the income is 2 lakhs per month. Getting it? Now what is 4? 4 is the number of units that you guys own in the building. Getting it? Just like that, you'll have to own. So let's say you only own 2 units. So will you get 2 lakhs or 1 lakh? Obviously 1 lakh. Why not the remaining 1 lakh? Because you do not own it. So in order to get income, you're supposed to own the number of units. Means in simple language, to get income, you're supposed to own the number of shares. And before this only, I told you with that example, income always depends on NV because investment depends on market value. Fine. Now, what is this concept called as D%, dividend percentage? Just now I told you, you are getting 2 lakhs on your investment of 3 crores. That is some random percentage that is called as rental yield percentage. So just like that, every unit or every share will have something called as dividend percent. Don't think about it so much. This specific concept will be given to us directly in the question. It's just I'll have to stick on to it. Now, so to summarize it, income is nothing but number of shares into NV into D% by 100. How to remember the number 100? Let's go back to 7th or 8th grade. Wherever the percentage symbol has been used, the number 100 also travels with it. Fine. Now let me modify a little. Don't you think number of shares, just by looking at the first formula, I can alter it and write it as investment by market value, getting it, into NV was there as it is, into D% was there as it is, divided by 100. This is the concept of income or dividend. Now, obviously, you're doing all these things so that you'll be able to look at, you'll be able to make some money. Fine. So, making some money is in simple terms is trying to create or is trying to make a profit. Fine. Common sense is your income. If I ask you what is the profit on the building, how will you calculate? Obviously, you'll calculate your income, 2 lakhs. How much did you invest? 3 crores divided by 100. Whatever answer you come, that will be a profit percentage. Simple. So profit depends on both the eyes. That's your important. That's the most important thing. Now, how to remember the 100? Just now I told you a hint. Wherever percent symbol is there, always it's 100. Fine. But the most used formula, in fact, most important thing for your board exam is this. I don't know how it's been taught in school. I'll tell you how I used to remember this. If you guys are into basketball, you obviously know this famous concept called as MVP. Okay, most valuable player. That's how I used to remember. MV, leave some space, P%. Okay, what's the opposite of MV? NV, write it on the right side. What's the other thing for P%? D%. So if you're able to create your left hand side, automatically you'll be able to create a right hand side as well. Got the thing as to how it works? Simple. Don't have to mug up a lot of stuff. Try to recall the story. I've given you multiple stories right now. So whatever is useful, everything is useful. Just make sure you guys don't sit and mug up the formula. Not required. Now let's get into a question. Sorry to say this, but the most important concept in your in this chapter is English, to be honest. If you're able to understand the concept here using the English terms, more than enough. Let's go step by step. By investing some money, I think, gave you a hint right there, no? Investment equals 7,500. You're supposed to write the rupee symbol, you please do it, okay? In a company paying 10% dividend, again, I told you English, 10% dividend. In simple language, D% is given as 10%, done. An annual income of, again English, income is 500 rupees, done, is received. What price of each 100 rupees share? This is what I'm trying to ask you. How much did you pay for the 100 rupee ticket? Ask yourself the same question. How much did you pay for the 100 rupee ticket? You paid 150 rupees. Same concept here. What price for each 100 rupee share? Meaning, what price for each 100 rupee ticket? 100 rupees was NV. So in this case, NV is 100 rupees. Done. How much did you pay? 150. That 150 was named as what? Market value. In simple language, market value is question mark. Simple. Okay. So if you see, my reference was completely with the story, the kutty story. Getting it? So now let's see. I'm supposed to find MV. I have investment, I have income. I'll use the income formula. That's your hint. If you have too much of data, use income formula directly. Okay. Little less data, investment formula. So I'll use income formula. Income said, let's try to recall. Income depends on number of shares, but number of shares is not given to me. But can I find the number of shares? Yes, because I have investment as well as market value. So income is nothing but investment by market value. And just now I told you, income depends directly on whom? MV or NV? NV, nominal value. So you write NV into D% by 100. Why 100? Because wherever percent symbol is there, all those places 100 will obviously be there. Okay. And one disclaimer, In this video, we shall not be covering all the types. This video is completely to make you guys understand the concept and give 2 examples. I'll take 2 to 3 parts to finish it off. Okay, I just don't want to bore you guys by making it like a 1 hour bloody crazy video. Okay, just ignore that. So do we know the investment part? Got it, 7,500. MV is do not know, but I know the income. Left hand side, I'll fill it up with 500 times. NV is $100. D is 10 by 100. Okay, if you are dumb only, you'll cancel this 0 and this 0. Don't do that. Okay, like keep that as a habit. Always try to take off the hundreds together. It's important. I know it's easy, but it's important. So I'll use these 2 zeros and cancel off these 2 zeros. Done. I'll shift the MB to the other side. MB equals 75 was left into 10 was left by 5 was again left. Okay. So 5 times 1, 5 times 2. 75 times 2 is rupees 150. Okay. So to be honest, this is the example I took for the ticket thing. I saw this question. I knew that the answer will be 150. Therefore, I deceived you guys by giving that example of 100 rupee ticket. Okay. So same answer. So you paid 100 rupees was printed. How much you paid? 150. Same concept. Getting it? Understood as to how the formula is going. Pretty peaceful, no? We'll go one step ahead in the next question. Okay. Oh, looks crazy. Let's go step by step. Fine. A company with 1,000 shares. I'll go write the data. So number of shares is given to me directly. Number of shares is 1,000. Done. Rupees 100 each. That's what I meant. Nominal value, no? NV 100. Done. Declares an annual dividend of 5%. So D percent is 10%. Sorry, my bad.
What, bro? It's very wrong, bro.
5%. Okay. Now D percent is 5%. Now I'm supposed to find the total amount of dividend. Guys, don't get confused. Total amount of dividend paid, in a sense, simple language, income. Okay. So first I'll understand that income is a question mark. Okay. Just now I told you income depends directly on number of shares. Do we know the number of shares? Yes. Before that, I'll write the formula. Get used to it. In the previous case, I didn't know. Therefore, I wrote investment by market value. Okay. Number of shares you wrote into NV because direct dependence into D percent by 100. Fortunately, I know all these things. Number of shares 1,000. NV 100. D percent 5 by 100. So it gets cancelled. The answer is 1 second. 100 into 1,000. Done. Okay. Rupees 5,000. 5,000 rupees is the income given to that. Okay, maybe somewhere wrong here. 5 by 100. How many shares? NV is 100 each. Shares is 1,000. Okay, done. Okay, cool. So the income for the first question is 5,000 rupees. Done. Now they're asking me what should be the annual income. Guys, now understand. In the initial question, the company is giving 1,000 shares. Correct. Okay. They're asking what will be the annual income of a company of a man who owns 72 shares. Fine. So in the second sub question also, I'm finding income only. But what is changing? The number of shares that the man owns will change. So it becomes 72. But do you think the value of NV will change? How will it change? You buy 100 tickets, you buy 70 tickets, you buy 1 ticket. Fine. The amount printed on the ticket is 100 rupees. Doesn't matter to the theater guy at all. So how much was printed? 100 rupees. So write NV. Fine. So what was D percent? 5%. So the data remains the same. Okay. Gets cancelled. 72 times 4, 350. 360. So 360 rupees is what he makes. Getting it? If he owns 72 shares. That's the meaning of the second sub question. Now look at this. If he received only 4% of his investment, very important. If he received, meaning you invested some money, you're getting back some money. Okay. That is income. Done. But careful, they're giving some percentage. In simple language, the rental yield, also called as profit percent, in this case was 4%. Not D percent. D percent is 5%, I know that. Okay, profit percent was P percent. Okay, so the third sub question, little English there. P percent equals 4%. So that guy is telling for the profit percent this man made was 4%. Okay, done. Find the price that he paid for each share. Again, how much did you pay for each ticket? It was printed as 100, but how much you paid? 150 rupees. Okay. So find the price he paid. In this question also, MV is a question mark. Okay. That's your hint. MV is given, P is given. So MVP. I'll have to use that formula. MV into P percent will be equal to, what's the opposite of MV? NV. Okay. Into D percent. I framed it, but you got to understand that 4% is a profit, not dividend. See, common sense, guys. D percent is given to me already as 5. Why will they again give me 4%? Are they mad or what? Can't. Okay. So MV is question mark into 4. 100%. Okay. Obviously, you might ask me, sir, in the previous case, you told where a percent symbol is there, 100 is involved. Here also it's there. 100 is involved in both the sides, so they eventually get cancelled. That's the meaning of it. Equals NV equals 100 times D percent given to me as 5. So with all these data, can you find the value of MV? Obviously, 100 into 5, keep it as it is, divided by 4. The answer gets cancelled. 25 into 5, the answer is 125. So for 100 rupees share, he was actually paying 125. For 100 rupee ticket, just like the way you guys paid 150 rupees, he was paying 125. Okay. So I'm really glad that you guys watched this video until the end. But at the end of the video, I just want to say one thing. Many great people, to all my salute. See you in the next video.